The fact that you are here now, asking about the Akashic Records, is not a coincidence. Not because you searched for it, but because a question within you reached a point where it could no longer remain silent. When people hear the term Akashic Records, a familiar image often appears immediately. A vast library in the sky, invisible books, as if you can go there, open them, and read. But there is something important you need to understand. This is not a story. This is not imagination. This is a mechanism. The Akashic Records are not a place you have to reach. They are a state you align with. Every event that has occurred in your life is not stored merely as a memory. It is stored as a wave. The moment you felt fear, the moment you couldn't forgive someone, the moment you made a decision. In those moments, you weren't just acting. You were imprinting a signature. That signature is not words, not a narrative. It is emotional in nature. That is what is written in the Akashic Records. That is why, when the records open, words do not arrive first. What comes first is a feeling, a bodily sensation, a quiet certainty that says, this is it. When you align with that state, the records do not speak to you from outside. You don't hear them as something external. You begin to remember from within. There is a crucial rule here. The Akashic Records respond to state, not curiosity. So if you approach them urgently, thinking, I need to know my past life right now, that urgency itself becomes the signal. The records are not concerned with the question you ask. They respond to the emotional condition behind the question. That is why, in the beginning, many people feel like nothing is happening. The problem isn't the records. The problem is signal instability, urgency, doubt, constant self-monitoring. Am I doing this right? All of this creates a mixed signal, and mixed signals never receive clear responses. Calm equals clarity. Control equals noise. Connecting to the Akashic Records is not about learning a new skill. It is about unlearning an old mistake. And that mistake is this: believing that truth exists outside of you. The information in the records is not external to you. It may appear beyond what your eyes can see, but it exists entirely within the field of your awareness. You are like a radio. The Akashic Records are a station. The station is always broadcasting. But if the tuning is off, all you hear is static. When you force, the tuning shakes. When you try to control, the frequency fractures. But when you become still, alignment happens naturally. The opening of the records is not an action. It is permission. They begin to speak only when you stop pushing. Memory returns only when you stop searching. The Akashic Records are not here to predict your future. They reveal your stable essence. They remind you of what you already know about who you are. That is why, after a genuine reading, there is no dramatic excitement. There is calm, neutrality, a quiet sense of, yes, that's how it is. That is confirmation. The fact that you are hearing this now is not a sign. It is alignment. You didn't start moving towards something. You stopped. And that is why you could hear. There is nothing you need to do now. No further effort required. No force needed. Just notice the stillness. That is where the Akashic Records speak.